Hello everyone. Today is Friday, May 30th, 2025, and I have some good news today. I finally got my unemployment. Finally, unemployment paid me some dang money. Finally, after, I don't know, 2.5, 3 weeks since I applied. I put in all of my information. I did everything I had to do, and they're like, okay, you just got to wait. And so I waited. And I waited, and I called, and I inquired, and I was like, what's going on? I've done everything I'm supposed to do. Well, you got to keep waiting. And they finally gave me my money, my first payment. And so for those you new to the video or new to my channel who don't know why I'm getting unemployment or what's going on, just a quick recap. I have a job. I work at a potato factory, I guess you call it, potato production factory, and they're currently in what they call capital downtime. So it's like a partial shutdown where they have way less employees than they normally do. So we have, I don't know, maybe 300-400 employees who work at our place, and so now it's reduced to maybe 100. But other outside people come in, contractors, what we call them. And they come in to try to fix the machines. They do welding and they do whatever it is they've been doing. And so yeah, it's a way reduced workforce. And that the timeline for that is May 10th to June 10th, or through June 10th. I'm not sure if we start back up on the 10th or start up on the 11th. I'm not sure. But anyhow, so basically a month where we're in this capital downtime. So reduced staff or whatever, and I'm one of the, even though I'm a janitor, you would think that I'm necessary. Oh, you can see the train behind me. You would think that I'm necessary, but my job, the way it is, they have not been scheduling janitors. They did schedule me one day yesterday, but it had been like 3 days and there was no janitor at the whole place. I think Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday there was no janitor. So I went in yesterday. There's a little bug on me. I went in yesterday and it was just absolutely disgusting. I've told them, I said it's wrong. There's a bunch of people there still. Even though it's reduced, there's still, like I said, maybe like 100 people, especially when you're including the contractors and whatnot. The bathrooms get dirty, toilet paper runs out, paper towels run out. The tables in the break room get dirty, and there's no janitor to clean any of that stuff because they're not scheduling us. So again, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, there's no janitor. I went yesterday, Thursday, absolutely disgusting. So, but, I went there, I did my job, I cleaned everything up as best as I could, and now today, I don't think there's a janitor again today. So they just let it get disgusting again for however many days, and whatever. That's neither here nor there. So that's the situation that's going on. So we're in this capital downtime. Someone even asked me in the comments, I didn't reply yet. They said, "Oh, do you have another job or this and that? Are you applying?" No, I don't have another job. I just have my one job. And like I said, we're in downtime, and I applied for unemployment. So basically, it's not my fault that my work is not giving me hours, and the unemployment knows that. So technically, I'm laid off right now. That's what they call it. I'm laid off, and it's called standby. So basically, I'm in standby right now. So if they need me, I come in. But if they don't need me, I'm in layoff/standby, and unemployment understands that, and so they'll give you money in the meantime, basically until you start up going to work again. So no, I don't have another job, and since it's on standby, basically since I'm expected to go back to work, less than a month, it's less than a month now, I'm not required to look for work either. Normally when you go on unemployment, like say you lose your job, or you quit or whatever, then yes, you're required to look for another job. But since I technically still have a job, unemployment doesn't require me to look for a job. So there's no point, because I have a job. I have a job. So yeah, no, but I only have one job for the person who asked. I only have the one job where I'm in standby or layoff or whatever you want to call it, and I get hours whenever they call me. I signed up. If they want a janitor, call me. I come in. Just like yesterday, they said they called me the day before on Wednesday evening. The HR person, hey, do you want to come in tomorrow? Yeah, I'll come in. Okay, I come in. Like I said, I clean up the mess that everybody made, and I did my thing, and that's it. So yeah, so I finally got my unemployment. That was a relief. I still have not heard from my landlord lady, because we stay at a motel. In the last video I explained to you guys that the government social services, they're working with the owner of the property to try to pay for a month's rent for us, so we don't have to pay for rent for a month. And I haven't checked back yet, but so that's still in the process. So hopefully that all goes smoothly. That would help us out a lot, allow us to get back above water, maybe at least a little bit, and like I said, just pay for the just simple things that we need. And so some good news in the past couple days. I got 1 day of work. I got my unemployment. Potentially, maybe, hopefully, God willing, we're gonna get a month's paid for the motel that we live in. So there's things on the horizon, I guess you'll say. Good news stuff. And yeah, so that's what's going on. Well, that's it. As always, for those of you new to the channel, again, there's a PayPal link on my channel page. If you'd like to donate anything, it helps support the channel. It helps put food in my belly and food in my family's belly, and buy things that we need, and just help us go on to get to another day, pay for whatever bills and necessities that we need. Maybe I don't know if people would like a list of things that we kind of need. Some of our socks are getting holy. Some things are food is a necessity. So when we have money, we obviously buy food. And my son is autistic, and he doesn't, use the bathroom on his own. So we have to buy him diapers. That's a necessity. And rent, that's a necessity. Okay, but say my socks get kind of holy, well, that's not a big necessity. I could deal with some holes in my socks. It would so basically I wear holy socks, or maybe a shirt that's older and kind of beat up a little bit. But my point is, if people like to donate for the non-necessity things, so we can get new socks, or new shirt, or summertime's coming. Like my son, he has pants and stuff. We had a lot of winter clothes, jacket, and shoes. It's like snowshoes and all that. But now summer's coming, and it's maybe we need some tank tops and some more shorts and stuff like that. Matter of fact, we were at Walmart yesterday, and for me, there was a pack of tank tops, my size and everything. It was like $5, and I was like, again, it's like necessity versus non-necessity. I was like, no, we need food, and I got to pay for gasoline and all this kind of stuff, and so I didn't get it. So stuff like that too. So if anybody wants to donate for non-essential stuff, I wanted those tank tops too. They were like 100% cotton too, and it's my size. But again, it's not necessity. I'm not going to die without it. I'm not going to die if I have a couple holes in my socks or whatever, or the pants that I wear are old. Oh, laundry is another thing. Well, that's a necessity, but it's another bill, because we live in a motel. We, for our laundry, we go to the laundromat to do laundry, so we need quarters for laundry. That costs money. So there's a lot of little things. So if anyone is interested, I'm just throwing it out there. So again, there's a PayPal link on my channel page if anyone is interested. Anyhow, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next video.